Picture this. It's Valentine's Day and you're on the Crew 2 to get brand new Porsches. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're spending the day with your significant other. Yeah, no. Or maybe you're just wanting to play the Crew Motorfest. Well, issue here. The Crew Motorfest tweets, 8:45 a.m. The Crew Motorfest scheduled maintenance. 9 a.m. UTC, 4 a.m. EST, estimated 2 hours. All the platforms, regular maintenance. Nothing out of the ordinary. Or was it? So the maintenance is scheduled to end 10 a.m. Well, at 10:57 a.m. Festival goers, unfortunately, the maintenance has to be extended. We will let you know as soon as we have an update. Well, that's fine, right? That's probably right around the corner. I'm sure they're just about to open the servers again. Well, another 2 hours later, 1:01 p.m. Our team is still currently working on bringing the servers up as soon as possible. We apologize for the delay. We will keep you updated here. When was the next update? Another 2 hours later. 2:48 p.m. Unfortunately, the maintenance still needs to be extended. We apologize for any inconvenience. Our team is working hard to bring the servers back up as soon as possible. It has now been 6 hours. The game has been down. What do they tweet at 5 p.m? The Audi Scotto Coupe Quattro and the Volkswagen Electric are available now to purchase in the Crew Motorfest. You couldn't actually go on the Crew Motorfest at this time. And finally, at 5:24 p.m, the maintenance is now over. We appreciate your patience and apologize for the unexpected delay. Players might notice some of their ghost/previous taken in-game photos are missing. Our team is aware of this issue and is working on a resolution as soon as possible. So, after leaving us high and dry for 8 hours, 8.5 hours, the game was gone. You couldn't play it, thankfully. I was busy making videos on the Porsches. But if you wanted to play Motorfest during those 8 hours, you could. The game was shut. And not only that, when they brought the game back, it came broken. People's photos were being deleted. This is unprecedented. I don't actually believe a Crew game has been shut for longer in the history of the game. Obviously, the Crew 1 is about to break that record, so rest in peace, the Crew 1. But after all that time, 8.5 hours, people weren't able to play the game at all. And people were saying this game should have won Game of the Year. Hey. Racing Game of the Year. Not Game of the Year. But this speaks to a few things. Here's some controversy that we're going to jump into. Should players have received compensation for this? And also, how broken is the game? Genuinely, how broken is the game? You're telling me a routine maintenance, instead of taking 2 hours, took more than 4 times that. And you're telling me that as they did that routine maintenance, they also managed to break something else? How do you break something else? Hopefully anyone who's lost photos or ghosts get them back eventually. But this game engine, that's what I'm gonna blame it on. Because as we know, the Crew Motorfest is on the same game engine as the Crew 2, which is the same game engine as the Crew 1, which is the same game engine as Far Cry 2. That's right. Dunya itself, the game engine, was a heavily modified, different game engine that would be even older. But if you give in development time, yes, we are playing a game on a game engine that is above the age of consent. We're playing a game from a game engine that can legally drink in the UK. Could drive, in fact. A game engine that's only 2 years younger than I am, depending on when it first came about. Game engine older than me? I bet that game engine's older than you. You watching. The game came out 2008. If we assume 2 years development time, the engine would have been made 2006. So I suppose 3 years younger than me. And we have seen endless and endless and endless technical bugs from this game, and a routine maintenance taking 8 hours. Now, I don't know, because Ivory Tower don't tell anyone, but I'm gonna have to blame the engine and the jankiness of it. It's the same game engine that means we don't get reflections. That's why, if you didn't know, game engine is why we don't have reflections in this game. And it's why we see so many bloody issues, like an 8.5-hour maintenance that breaks something. I'd only been hearing about this. I saw the tweets go out. I've got notifications on, so I just see crew, maintenance still going. Crew, maintenance still going. Crew, maintenance still going. Crew, the new Audi and Quattro and ID are finally out. Crew, maintenance still going. The fact they promoted 2 cars while you couldn't play the game, hilarious. On Valentine's Day, so they if you were planning to stay in and play Motorfest on Valentine's Day, they really said, puh, touch grass. And thankfully there was the 3 Porsches, so I didn't have any issues on that day with content because of how long the game was down for. But here's the question I'm gonna give to you guys watching, as well as everyone in chat, because a lot of people mention this on Twitter, on Reddit, everywhere. Should we have been compensated for this long maintenance? Should we have gotten free crew credits, a vanity item, a couple $1,000,000, or does it not matter? What do you guys think? So, what my chat thinks at least, yes, crew credits, compensated $100,000 million. Yes, Turn 10 gave us an ARX-05 for a removed body kit, and the R8 for removing and resetting credits. It's a def yes. I don't play a lot of TCM, but just that day, I was really looking forward to it, and I couldn't. I'm not saying no to free crew credits. Perhaps a special car. So now what I'm gonna ask you, chat, is a bit different. We can clearly see people wanted to be compensated for what happened. But my next question is, what should that compensation have been? Because let's be reasonable. Let me give you some options. We could have either gotten, I suppose, 10,000 crew credits. Would that have been enough? We'll say crew credits. If you're gonna say crew credits, say how much. It could have been a vanity item or 3. It could have been a non-summit rare car, like the Splatter Edition Porsche, or a hypercar of some kind, or a street car, or just some of the irrelevant street editions. The Awaken Edition Dodge. Issue being, a lot of people have probably owned that thing, you know? It could have been maybe $500,000. That'd be a reasonable amount. It could have been a bundle of performance parts. It could have been a base model car. So just like the Gently Etchy or the base model Porsche, or what do you guys think the reward should have... Reward? Ain't that entitled? To clarify, on my behalf, I don't really care. I already care. But what do you think the compensation should have been for an 8.5-hour maintenance? So my YouTube chat thinks 80,000 crew credits, 50,000 crew credits, a free car of your choice, 100,000 crew credits, 1cc for any car. Oh, that's a shout. They've often done things where they make a car 1 crew credit for a limited time. They could have done that. I think not being able to play the game for 8 hours is the reward in itself. 4 Nitro Chemist sets in every class. I think, here's what the SidWaj thinks. Any car was possible, like a base model car. The issue with cars, however, is what if you're someone who owns it? You just get no compensation then, I guess? If you're someone who already owned one of these cars, just get a car that you already owned and everyone's like, oh my god, free car. The same would go for a summit car of any kind, because sure, it'd be great to get it, but everyone would already own it. Or at least some people would already own it, not everyone. Do a car ticket. With a ticket, you get a free car of your choice. Interesting. So they've never done anything like that before, so I don't know if something like that would be possible. If it is, that's a great idea. So, like the crew... So like Forza have done, a car token that you can just go in and get any single vehicle. Maybe that'd be a bit too much chaos, but that is a good shout. Then again, I own every car in the game. So what do I get, you know? Or what do people like me get? There's still someone singled out in that scenario. The thing is, my perfect option is 3 vanities. Maybe even 1, right? 1 really cool one, but 3 vanities. Look on the back end of the crew. Look at the vanities that no one really owns. Look at the vanities that were Summit or something, and release those for free for everyone. We've seen that they can give us free vanities before. We've seen it with the bundle event where they did the live rewards giving us vanities. So make it so that everyone gets 3 free vanities that not a lot of people own, or maybe 2, I guess. 3's a bit much. But I'm assuming Ivory Tower have some kind of software that they can see who owns a car and who doesn't own a car. And look, they already just give us reused Crew 2 vanity items, so what can it hurt? They already do lazy stuff like reusing TC2 vanities, so just giving one that not a lot of people own for free would be fine. They don't have to give us anything. These kind of things are standard. I'd much rather a working game. Yeah, that's a very good point. The Explorer GP car. That's such a good idea. I didn't think about that. There's a car that not a single person in this game owns, except for 900 people who live in France, Germany, and 1 other country. You could give this thing away to everyone for free for it. Just say it. Also, if they did give away a vehicle for free, it would be the least rare car in the entire game, definitively. Why does that car exist? I will be making a separate video on that car. But the final, and I guess most reliable option, like 20k free CC, 20,000 free crew credits. It's not enough that you can really buy something crazy, but it's not too little that it's completely negligible. If you add up all the crew credits that all the playlists give you, it's a reasonable amount of crew credits. But all of this is only if they give compensation for shutting the game down for 9 hours. Almost. What do you think in the comments down below? Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members, Danimal, the Manimal, Grim Pepper, and Extreme Speed, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members, HK, and Extreme Speed again. I'll see you boys in the next one in a bit.